Hello everyone, welcome to Stonehearth me Banto. So we're back in New Bantonia. We're currently building a few new houses and we have a lot of workers here. Even our Golem seems helping with making one of the new houses. And I feel like we should try to structure out a little bit of our town, a little bit of town planning pretty soon. Because I feel like we are kind of in need for that. So some ideas that I have had has been to expand further this way, and had some ideas to kind of use the same 4 houses, but then we would like have them over here. Then in between these 2 different sections we would be having a town square kind of sitting in between those 2, and perhaps like a bigger building sitting on this side. So I was sort of thinking that it could be like a church at one side, for example. And maybe on this side it could be more like a castle, so it would be like the religious side and also the castle side, and maybe in the middle, if we have enough space. I don't want to make it look too crowded. We could perhaps do a clock tower. That could be a potential thing to do because they look pretty awesome. So that's some idea. Or we can do like a big nice park in the middle, and we can still have like a religious thing like a church or a similar building, and on this side some kind of more for the leader of the town. So that's some ideas that I have for this. And I also added, by the way, another mod to the game. So this mod is called Composting. And that mod will actually make so your animals will actually be dropping some things on the ground, some brown stuff, and you know what I'm talking about, right? And that thing you will be able to use for fertilizers. So if you go to our herbalist, we should see the fertilizer requiring new resources. So here we have compost fertilizer. So this one, as you can see, usable by skilled farmers for marginally improving the quality of their produce. So this one only need a chunk of compost, and it's the basic, easiest one to get. Each sack can be used to fertilize 33 crops. So this one is not a very good one, but it's better than nothing. And as we progress here, they will still require composting, and also other things that will make them also better. So there's also new items that we can craft. So we do have the composting bin, used by herbalists to turn residues like rotten food and manure into compost. The thatching requires replacement every now and then. So with this one we can turn our rotten food and make the rotten food actually useful for something. So that's pretty awesome. We're gonna try to craft some of that, but we are very low on thatching. And some ways we can get it would be to like dig the ground, the top layer. Or we can like harvest grass if we have around. And normally that will grow quite a lot, and like we have an animal pasture. And I'm thinking of actually making this one a little bit bigger. As you can see, these disappears because there's no animal pasture. Then there will not be any placement for beds. I'm just gonna make this a little bit bigger. I want to have more animals. This might be overkill. We can have 14 chickens on this one. So it should be good. Doing it this way as well, as you can see here, we will keep the chickens we had here, and that should work out pretty good. And I'm probably gonna do like another one of these animal pastures behind it. I'm not sure what's gonna happen though, since this wasn't fully built yet. Let's see if we check it out. Probably only need to place the ones we were missing, but I'm gonna do another one. So let's actually remove this one. Let's make them new ones. Because the fun thing with this one is that I can use it like 2 times, and I can combine them. And then that will be a home for all of them. So we can do it like that. We can spread it apart a bit more, and then we can just make like another sort of roof over them if we want to. And what I like about this one, like you could do it this way, and I also tried recently with having maybe a little bit more spread apart, but I did something like this to make it even bigger, so it's pretty cool. So this one will be having, let's see here, 14 beds. That's exactly how many we needed, right? Yes, we can have 14 chickens, and we're mostly gonna be using the eggs we get for them for making some, maybe some egg and bacon, and also for making some omelette or fried eggs. So that's pretty good stuff, right? So there we go, a little bit of fancifying for our beautiful little chickens. So let's go ahead and build that one, but as you can see, like I said, low on fetching. Let's see if we can get a good merchant. I'm not sure if any merchants sell fetching yet. I'm not entirely sure if I've seen that so far. Let's see how we're doing with food. We're doing really good with the food, so we could sell some food if we want to. So I'm just gonna sell a few of those baskets. A little bit of broth. So still 800, so we're pretty good. I can sell a little bit more, why not? We don't need that much, not for now at least. So that should be pretty good for now. A little bit more money. I do not think we need the bronze axe, but I'm gonna buy it just in case we need one. The Grizzled Traveler. Hello there, anyone still home? Do you guys see, by the way, autumn has come to us. All the trees are changing color, very beautiful. Hello there, animals still home. Congratulations are in order, that's the sort of thing you care about. I've been up and down the area and seems you have taken care of the bulk of the goblins around these parts. Not saying that you won't see a straggler or two come to harass you, but good job all in all. Thank you. Here's a gift I collected from neighboring towns. Everyone's sleeping easier tonight because of you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So that's awesome. We need to get more fetching then. And another way, if I don't remember this wrong, is when you, for example, would be growing some wheat as we have here. That will also work as fetching if I don't remember that totally wrong. And let's see here. I want to actually grow some wheat on this one. But it's very flooded as you can see for the moment. And the reason for that is because we have all of this digging for water. Meanwhile, it's also raining. And yeah, I wonder if I should make this a little bit bigger. I have a lot of different plans. Like currently we have a farm next to the water, but my plan from before was to have a windmill that was gonna be here. Maybe we should do a little bit of planning for that one. I think we should do so. Yes, we sort of have what we want to do there. And do let me know, guys, if you think that I should be sharing my templates at some point, and then I will probably do so. And I know that someone said that where we should be having this one, and it would make sense to have it next to the water. The reason for that is that it would most likely be more windy next to the water, because it's not so many trees blocking the water, the wind flow, since we have water. But I also don't want to have it sitting like that. I want to have it a little bit of distance, so I can surround it with farms around it. So these trees would kind of be in the way. Really depends on where we want to have the farm, because it would be cool to surround it with farms. So if we do it like here, maybe, then we have to remove a little bit of the forest, of course, but then we can probably have it here. So I'm gonna remove some of these trees, just get them away. And we can probably, if we want, we can probably start to build this one, but I see we need a lot of wood. So I think we might need to worry about that first, before doing too much. Another thing I'm gonna do, like, just as a temporary thing, is to make a little tiny road here. It can be really good to do sometimes, because walking on roads is a lot faster than walking on normal grass, so it should be quite useful. So we can take a quick path here with the road. And I do also want to see if we can get more so we can do the wooden market stall. But to do that one, as you can see, we need to get more cloth, and that means the weaver has to do more work, but we're very low on fiber for the moment. If we get a merchant later that might be selling, for example, cattail seeds or winter moss, then I might want to buy some of that, because then we can make the winter moss seeds. We can plant them, we can harvest them again, and the same for cattail. And the cattails, that's from the Firefly Goblin mod, so if you want to get that, you have to get that mod. But I do have some cattails, so I'm gonna harvest them. Let's put them to keep harvesting. So we have this button here with the auto loot mod. So if I just target it like that, you can see that this one goes green. If I click it goes red. And when it's green like that, they will auto harvest it whenever they are available to do so. When it's ready to be harvested again. I wonder how we're doing with drinks for now. because it feels like we maybe could do some more drinks. Yeah, let's do some more. Gonna harvest some to get some more berries. That can be useful. So another thing we can do here, we don't have so many workers. Let's see what they're doing. They're helping pretty much with everything for now. Thankfully I do have a lot of the different golems, builder golems, miner golems, looter golems, but we can also use our soldiers to help just after we defeat this guy. So we gotta defeat these undead first. But we can use our soldiers for helping as well if you do have the mod swords and plowshares in the Steam Workshop. When you disable the job for your soldiers, either here with Uniframe Plus, or if you go inside of here and untick the job there, then it will actually be helping with mining, building, and gathering and all good stuff. Let's go up here. I think we are almost together. Let's wait maybe for the cleric. So let's fight it down here under the hill. Please don't kill my little golem. And there's also a new animation mod that's been released by Wouter that made the Northern Kingdom. And I do want to check it out sometime soon. It was also in collaboration together with a guy named Highwall. The animation mod, so I might check that one out, but I'm gonna wait a little bit with it until it maybe gets a few more updates. To be sure that it's safe to use it. But it's pretty cool because it gives some new patrol animation, and also I think that it has like a shield bash, so that's pretty cool. Let's go for targeting this guy. Are quite dangerous, these guys, so we do need to get a knight eventually. At the moment we do have 2 footmen and also one lord. Varric our lord. So there we go. I'm gonna disable the job for my soldiers, meanwhile the cleric can have it on, at least for now. Because he has to have the job on if he's gonna be healing. Or she actually links. So now they should be helping with things, but they might be going, oh yeah, they're gonna be building, as you can see. And what we could also do to make sure that more things happen rather than only building, is that we could disable building and a job. That means they will be harvesting, for example, some trees. And we can do that for all freedom if we want to, and I'm actually gonna do that because we already have free workers, building and golems, and we want to make sure that we are able to do many things around town. So some people focus on building, some people focus on hauling, some people focus on mining. But mining, I do not think we have to really do any specific person for now, because we have these auto-dig golems. Iris Nonic has joined. Very, very nice. I'm gonna be naming her in the next episode. Let's harvest a little bit more here. And we're growing some daisy flowers so we can get some more herbs. I wonder how many herbs we have now. 10, so not that many really. Not that many. Let's do a few of healing tonics here so we can level up a bit. This one we need some fetch, and requires herbalist level 2. So that's something we have to achieve, so we can do the composting bin. Okay, nice. They have chopped down a lot of trees, but we also have a lot of beehives here, and we can wait to gather this, so we can gather it directly. Order the herbalist to capture bees for this nest. Captive bees remain contained in a small crate until they are used. So normally when you use this, you should try to make sure you have the equipment for it, because you can craft equipment for capturing bees. So you have this one, herbalist beekeeping hat, and we also have the workers beekeeping hat. So this is for workers and this is for the herbalist. And provides protection when working with bees, because bees will sting you, that's for sure. Trader back at 4 days. What was this for? 1 bronze crossbow if you have 4 wooden manglers. I wonder if I have that. We're gonna deal with this golem pretty soon. I still sort of, like I said before also, I do want to have like a gentle hard mode, because most of the enemies here are normal. Like, you do have gentle mode, which is pretty much normal with the same difficulty of enemies, but you have way too many attacks on normal mode. So what I would like to have is gentle hard mode, which means enemies are really tough, but you don't get attacked 24/7, which means that you have a little bit more of a relaxed time in between attacks, so you can focus on like different aspects of the game rather than only combat. So you can also do building, designing, or anything that needs to get done around town pretty much. So that's something I would love to see. But I want to see if we have some wooden manglers. It's probably easier to look inside of here. We have 8, so we should be good on that. Okay, let's send the soldiers. And it's pretty cool if you use Uniframe Plus. You can even, if you click an enemy and click that one, you can decide like every party is going to be attacking this guy, and you can also set like a red party, green, blue, or purple. So you can decide yourself which party is going to be attacking. So that is very useful. But it's going to be part of Ace, so when Ace Unstable eventually get updated to stable, if it hasn't changed, I think this mod is going to be a part of the game, so you're not even going to need Uniframe Plus in the future, so that's pretty awesome. Because it's such a useful mod, like I highly recommend anyone that isn't using Uniframe Plus to use it, because it helps so much. And especially the thing I like the most is this way, so we can just toggle the job on and off for a party, like our soldiers, or click in like a worker, disable the job here, instead of having to go into this screen, looking through and doing all the things inside of this window. I wonder how we're doing with the weapons. It looks like Valkyrie do have a pretty good two-handed weapon. Yeah, Giant Bone Mace, that's a really good one. Then we do have a Bronze Sword Shot, not that good, we could definitely upgrade that. An Iron Mace, pretty decent considering we're also using another weapon, a Bronze Hatchet. I'm considering if I should be... I kind of want to have a shield here, but I don't think we have one. If we do get a shield, we can have a little bit more protection. And we should be able to do an wooden shield in the beginning. So this one gives 1 defense, so not much at all. But at least it's sort of something. I would like to get some archers eventually, hopefully not too far from now. Archers AI is kind of weird, but when they actually do work, they are really awesome. So let's see for our blacksmith what we could be doing here. So bronze sword, that's 12. And we're gonna iron short sword. This is for more for the knight and the lord, so a little bit more damage, but we will be losing this thing, the minor hamstring. This is also a pretty good weapon that is pretty easy to do. So I think we will go for an iron sword. Then we can also do an steel short sword, because this one will be used by the knight when we get one. But we also do need to make an enhanced blacksmith anvil, and I'm pretty sure we haven't made one yet, but I'm gonna take a look first. Okay, we do not have that one yet. So when I make this one, later this one as well, these are new for Ace, really awesome. This one's really cool, because when you get further with the blacksmith, if you use Ace, you can do the double ingots at a time. So that's pretty awesome. So we want to make a blacksmith anvil, and we also want to make the furnace. But it do look like we need some more iron ore, so we could either like buy that from merchants, so we can go to the mountains, and we only have one market stall. So we probably have to go to the mountains. So here we're getting some tin and some coal. I don't remember, did we have one for iron? I do not think we actually had one for iron. There are copper. Okay, over here we do have some iron, so I'm thinking that we will go for this one. I'm just gonna look around if we have one maybe a tiny bit closer, because then we can save a lot of time. Also do have one up here, so that can also be possible. Yeah, looks like we're gonna go over this one. I do not like going this far to gather things, but you gotta do what you gotta do, you know? So that should be pretty good, but we do need to have a ladder so we can get up here. So let's do one here. That should be good enough. And we also want to make sure then that we have perhaps some people that will focus on mining, at least one or two. And since we have builder golems like we see here, they are helping quite a lot. So I think we can actually disable 2 people for building. So I'm gonna be using, let's see here, Iris and Heathcliff. And Heathcliff especially because he has like a really good body. Which means that he will be able to travel faster. Let's disable the job for our soldiers so they can help with things. Maybe they'll help in mining or hauling or whatever. So that should be pretty good. Nice, another looter golem. They're so useful. Really love them. But another thing we should do then, considering we're going so far, I think it's time we probably continue with our road that we got up here in the mountains. Because like I said here, if we make a road, we will walk 3 times as fast because we have the banner of cunning compared to what you would be walking on the normal grass, so it's like a third of the distance compared to if you didn't have a road there. So that's very useful. Highly recommend it. I'm not always perfect with doing roads. Many times I forget about doing them, and I get to them very late on because I feel like they're like blocking my creative expansion for later. But they are so useful to do. Let's see if we can do this one. Very nice, no trees in the way. That's gonna be 4 woods, and that should be a pretty easy build to do. I'm gonna harvest a bit more of trees up here. I'm gonna harvest around the road, as we can also see a little bit better what's going on, if there is enemies up there and such stuff. We're definitely gonna need like a storage house. We do have some storage under here though, so we could expand on that one for now under our barn here. So these are probably not full, no? I'm gonna be having maybe... let's keep Sipe here. Let's keep the 2 workers we have there for building. We do need to still do some building though. But as you can see, even our blacksmith helped with digging foundations. That's pretty awesome. Let's see what kind of merchant we get this time. The same one as before. I want to get a merchant that sells wood, would be awesome. And maybe even ores, so we don't have to run around as much. Because we can save a lot of time just buying things instead of running all the way up to the Misty Mountains, you know? So that's a way to save a lot of time. But let's see here, a little bit for the plans, just like short plans for this. Just get a sort of a layout. So let's see here, we're gonna be like, let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 away from the house. And then we do a width of maybe, probably an odd number, that's what I prefer. It works the best with the most items in game, I would say. So if we do like 35, should be pretty good. So that would be 35 times 54, so we do need to make it 1 more. But no, and I'm only really laying out like the size of it for now, so for example, if we want to, we can just remove this part. Then we still have a kind of the outline, and then we can add in whatever color we want to have here, but I'm probably gonna make my custom color later, or we could use the ones that we have here. So if we go to road, we can use one of the new texture templates. This one is for clay, which looks pretty nice. We have quite a few different ones. I do wish we get a few more for stone, but we already had some for stone. So what you pretty much have now is like we have 3 for wood here, and we have 5 for clay. Thatch have 2, and fiber have 2. So they're pretty balanced in the amount of different styles. But this is kind of the idea I had here. So for the size of it would be like that. Then for these houses this side, I'm probably gonna lay it out just so you guys can see it. Trader approaches. Make me 7 bronze ingots and I will give you 2 leather bound chests. I'm not gonna do that. Harvest shear, okay. Still need more cooked food because I sold most of it, and we also need to make them happy. And to make them happy, we'll need to make more houses, and we also have to give them and assign them their own beds, which is really important for their happiness. And to have a bed at all, that's also really important, and to get better beds. Because these mean beds aren't very good beds, but they are really mean beds. But let me know what you guys think of the idea of having like 4 these houses at this side, like I said. Then here would be sort of a town square between those two, and some bigger building here and bigger here, and probably some professions for craft and different things. We can also move this even further away to even have even more distance, and we can have different crafters surrounding the town square. So let me know about that idea, guys. We get some more invaders. The stonelings. Oh, we don't... Oh, he was killing the goblin. Okay, we're gonna deal with him soon. But yeah, guys, this is gonna be it for today with Stonehearth. So I'm sorry for a little bit of absence for the game. Been a lot of busy things in life going on right now with jobs and everything. So, but it's really good to be back, and do let me know if you have suggestions, ideas and everything. I will always be looking into your comments and see what we can pull together and make something great and awesome together in this town. And in future towns as well, of course. So guys, thanks for watching today's episode. Hope you enjoyed, and I will be back very soon with more Stonehearth, Flotsam. Most likely some more Foundation, Founder's Fortune, and a few more other games coming up. I might be starting a series with Planet Zoo on YouTube as well, so if you're interested to see that, do let me know in the comments. So thanks for watching today's episode, hope you enjoyed, and see you guys next time. Thanks for watching, everybody.